Good evening and thanks for joining us. Welcome to Off Script on Lagos Television. This day, Sunday, the 28th of January 2018. I am Adetola Kayode. Off Script is a program designed to take you off the norm, off the script of things happening around us, issues and events happening around us. Last week we talked about domestic violence and how it is necessary to live to live. If you get it, living to live. L-E-A-V-I-N-G, to live your life. You know, you need to decide right there on the spot to know what else you can do in order to move forward. Today on the program, we'll be taking feedback from you. We got a couple of messages from you last week, and I'll take the first one. The first one is from Emeka from Ogun State, and it says, domestic violence, how did we get here? Societal breakdown and loss of self-esteem from the men folks. Well, when I said societal breakdown, I'm referring to the level of pressure parents pile on their children to go marry. This transmits to daughter getting married to wolf in human clothes. And what do you get from such marriages other than violence? While some men who engage in this act lack self-esteem. Way out? Please let us speak out and get out of it. Thanks, Emeka from Ogun State. We take this one from our Facebook page. It's from Fatima Esu. Fatima Esu says, I heard the pastor, that's from the previous report we put together last week. I heard the pastor saying there's no reason why a man will maltreat a woman who is submissive. I am not accepting that one bit. Some women are so respectful, submissive, and even go as far as submitting her income to a hubby. Yet she's dealt with. So what's that called? If you're going through domestic violence in your environment, quit with immediate effect. Thank you, Fatima Eso. All right, the last one we'll be taking is from Bukola Badmas from Ketu. And she says, on this issue of domestic violence, our parents should not encourage their children to stay in bad marriages. Yoruba parents especially, even when the wife is suffering in the hands of the husband, the society expects her to stay because of the kids. Please, we should all change our mindset, not until someone dies in the home. I am fortunate to tell my story. You may not be that lucky. Thank you so much, Bukola Badmas. That's from K2. Thank you so much to all of these people and the other messages that we received. And that's why we're talking about tapping into business opportunities. A lot of people are afraid to take that plunge. A lot of people are facing a lot of challenges. And so today on the program, we'll be taking a look at tapping into business opportunities in Nigeria. And our Twitter handle, Facebook page, Instagram, all at Offscript LTV. Offscript LTV. You can also send in your messages to 0705-496-4619. Again, 0705-496-4619. We'll take your messages from you, and we'll take this short break, and we'll be right back on Offscript. It's all about you. Thank you for staying tuned. Today on the program, we'll be taking a look at tapping into business opportunities, creating one for yourself. We have a lot of challenges on the social media. People are asking, okay, I've got the skill, I don't know how to start. I have a job, I have a skill in my hands, I don't know how to start, I don't know how to move ahead. Remember that there was this post on Facebook about a lawmaker who incidentally loves to take pictures, you know, and she was suspended by other lawmakers, Edo lawmakers to be precise. Her name is Maria Udeonwachi, and she was suspended maybe for pursuing her passion. What's your take on that? A lot of how is it possible, you know, to start up businesses in Nigeria? We'll be taking a look at this and so much more for you. And today in the house, I have Bayo Adedeji, who is an entrepreneur and, of course, the Chief Executive Officer of Dundun Nation. Thank you for joining us.
Absolutely. I'm glad to be here.
Thank you so much. I know you're into business, and you have had your hands in so many pies and all of that. But as a Nigerian who has lived in Nigeria, what are the challenges facing business people, business owners?
Thank you for having me. And it's amazing that before we talk about challenges, let's talk about opportunities. We sometimes focus on the hole and miss the donut. I focus on the donut a lot more than the hole. I recognize that there's a hole. I recognize that there are challenges, but there's a lot of opportunities around us. And I think sometimes one of the things that we focus on too much is all the issues that we have, and I call it pre-existing conditions. They always exist. They're already there. And how do we craft business around them to make sure that we know that there's going to be traffic. We know that there's going to be issues in delivery. We know that we're not going to get single-digit loans. We know that things are not going to work as planned. So how do we plan? How do we plan around it? How do you make sure? My brother once told me. He said, make sure that you plan for every single thing that can happen, that can go wrong in this economy, because it will go wrong. And that's how I think about it. But I still recognize the challenges, however, though.
Yeah, a lot of people see the challenges before the opportunities. So how do you focus your eye? How do you put your eyes on the ball?
I think it starts from making sure that you're not distracted and not. You have to focus on the donut. You have to focus on the donut. Recognize that the hole is there, but focus on the donut. And when you look at people that have been successful, they've been successful in this climate too. And it starts with being able to commit yourself to whatever you want to do. You got to pick something and be able to commit to it. A lot of people are not committed to whatever they choose to do, no matter what it is. And I always tell people, sell to your family first. Sell to them. They're right there. And that's how you kind of overcome and figure out a way around challenges. Again, you have to be able to start small and despise not the days of little beginning, because you must be willing to be patient with yourself to start small and then grow.
Is it possible to start with nothing?
Oh, it is. Absolutely. I'm a son of an orphan. My parents are dead. I started with nothing. And I believe that you can start with nothing. And I believe that, my favorite story is, a man that, used to just pick plastic. Used to pick plastic on the side of the road. He picks plastic, he gathers it, he sells it. That's starting from nothing. Then he continues to grow the business. He became a plastic gatherer in his environment, had a scrap yard, and he grew from there. And got into recycling. So I think it's all about that commitment and focusing on the donor that I said, that because I see opportunity all over Lagos, and as I drive around Lagos, I just see opportunities.
All right. For example, last week we had a lot of people texting it. There was a particular woman who sent in a message that, okay, she doesn't have anything at home and she's just waiting, to get out, looking for money, to get out of a marriage because it was life-threatening. For somebody like that who's watching right now, who's at home, a woman, maybe some men are also abused, so to speak. So how can they use that opportunity? What can they do around them?
For anybody going through domestic violence, it's a tough place to be. Like Adiola said, like Aditola said, you got to leave. And I would advise that you get out of that situation as fast as you can. But at the same time, there's commerce around you. There's always commerce around you. I would go back and say commerce is like my own bread and butter, So, and I always say there's always commerce around you. Think about selling eggs. People don't understand the value of when you just sell eggs. Like regular eggs, you get it at 50 naira, you sell it at 55 naira, you make 5 naira spread. I spoke to a woman actually before I got into my food business, and the woman sells pap in the morning, cocoa, basically, and akara in the morning. And I asked her, like, madam, how much do you make? She was like, you can't tell me. And I said, I think I gave her 1,000. I said, just tell me, I'm curious, how much do you make? She said, oh, I open at 5 a.m. in the morning, and I close at 9 o'clock in the morning, and I sell 5,000 naira every day. And I was like, that means she does 150,000 naira a month, right? Let's say she makes a margin of 50%, so that means she makes 75,000 naira a month. That's better than some people that work in banks. That right there is commerce, is the ability to be able to do the work and get your hands dirty and go local, really, just go local.
I'm really interested in that, and I know a lot of people are interested in tapping into that kind of business. But then we'll take this short break to take this report, and we'll be right back.
Small businesses are an important part of every nation's economy. Every day we come in contact with persons selling or marketing one item or the other. Some businesses are not able to keep up with the challenges surrounding them. This has made businesses fail within the first few years.
The monetary part in the business, that's the main issue in business. When you start a business, if there's not enough capital, so you won't be able to, the the business might fold up along the line.
One of the reasons why people are scared of venturing into business is because they feel they may not really make profits. Then some are scared of getting people to patronize them.
It's power. Yeah, it's power. Assuming that there is power, steady power supply, you marvel what Nigerians can do.
The price down. I mean, normal day is 1K. Someone will be telling you it's 800, 500. You understand? So these are the challenges I'm facing.
Every business owner wishes to stand out amongst thousands of owners of similar businesses. But then, what can set a business owner apart from the pack? The social media is a powerful tool in the hands of an entrepreneur. It has helped to bring businesses into limelight. Are they doing enough on the social media space?
Or like phone now, we can make customer through phone, maybe on Instagram. We can call, we can put what we do there so that people will see it. All friends on social media will see what we do.
Is it okay? Time of marketing.
It's a big plus when if you talk about Nigerian market and the old world, it's a big plus because a lot of people are making real cash through this advertising on social media. Even in my own business, I advertise online as well.
I've tried it just once, it didn't really work for me, so I just feel it doesn't really boom. But I know there are some persons who have a lot of friends, a lot of persons they know, and they can survive with it. I mean, the business can survive with it.
Any little design I made or I create, I post it on my wall, but not often.
In an era where thousands of youths are clinging and seeking the very few jobs available, it is high time they began to look inwards and be employers of labor, filling various needs. The social media is rapidly changing how small businesses connect with customers. Looks like there's no harm getting on the train.
Well, thank you for staying tuned. It's still Off Script on Lagos Television, and it's all about you. All about you in order to let us all move forward. It's still the first month in year 28, and you can still do a whole lot for yourself and, of course, your family. All right, then we're still here with Bayo Adedeji, who's the CEO of Dundun Nation. Thank you for staying with us.
Absolutely.
A lot of people talked about the report that we watched, how they are trying to get on with their business, the challenges they make, and what tools they're using in order to promote their business in and around them. Okay, for those kind of people, you already talked about, starting from home. Some people will say when you sing, somebody said, okay, if I sing, will my family buy it? How do you test the waters with your family first? Do you have to?
I think so. It might not just be family. You have to be able to sell to people around you. I remember when I started my shoe business, Bayo Mega Shoe Sale. The first customer I had were people that lived around my house. And then they were the first people that actually said, your shoes are fine, I'll buy it. I believe in this cocoon. I believe in an onion. I believe in the concept of an onion, where it grows from inside out. It doesn't grow from outside in. It's from the inside. It starts from a little ball, then it takes up another layer, and that's how I think about it. When I started my business, one of the major businesses that I started was all on social media. Was my immediate friends on Facebook. I leveraged my immediate friends on Facebook, and I sold to them. I always tell people I make money from my friends a lot, actually. Dundun Nation makes money from its friends. We go to my friends' naming ceremony, my friends' bride getting married, anything they are doing.
Okay, what led to Dundun Nation? Every day people buy fried yam on the streets. At night, you need to see a lot of people Dundun with fish, or why did you decide to go into that business?
So it's amazing that a while back I had a little gap where the dollar went up. We couldn't buy shoes anymore. We couldn't import shoes, and the economy just changed. So I did a lot of market research. I woke up in the morning and I went to the bus stop. And I sat at the bus stop. I actually went to Ogba bus stop, Abuja bus stop. I sat there. I got there around 5:20. And when I got there, I was just observing. AM in the morning. And I saw this guy frying puff puff. And this guy was frying puff puff. And he was it was frying by 6 o'clock. He had a huge stack of puff puff, and it was selling like crazy. And people were going to work and buying puff puff. And I sat there and I watched. You know, I'm a businessman, so I watched the guy. I was counting his money for him, and I saw that the guy sold 10,000 naira worth of puff puff in the morning before 7 o'clock. Before people got to work, the guy was by 7:30, 8 o'clock. The guy was packed up, gone. And I was like, Jesus, this guy is making more money than I am, you know. And I asked myself that, why are we educated people? Why have we left business? Why have we left business in the hands of people that don't even have the education, don't know how to scale the business? And that's why I said, you know what? I've had this idea for a while, and let's get into it. And I did, and it's been working great for us. You know, we cut our yam differently. We make sure that our packaging is exclusive, but our price is still affordable. We sell our yams at 100 naira, right? So you can order Dundun Nation 100 naira. Plantain is 150 naira. You can get sweet potato for 150 naira. We have meat for as low as 150 naira. You know, we have that, what you're seeing on your screen right now. That total package is about 750 naira. You could come with 100 naira and you can get stuff. And that's exactly what we do. It is being able to take the local food that we have, make it into a fast food, just like they do around the world, and be able to get it. You can get it delivered to your office. You can get it everywhere, and that's exactly it. And what we intend to do with it after we've done this for 2 years is to then franchise it out for people looking for opportunities to reach out to us. We're willing to help them open locations and do that.
I'm interested in the franchise thing. How does it work? How can it work?
So the franchising is simple. Is we work with you, we set up a location, you pay us a franchising fee, of course, and that's it. And we teach you how to fish. We're not just giving you the fish, we're teaching you how to fish. We teach you how to do business. You spend a week with me where I take you through how to sell, what to sell, the clients, how you get clients, and how you can focus on selling. So and that's it, you know. And our first franchise, actually, she just bought 2 more franchises because she's doing so well that she said, I must be the one that runs the most franchise, because it's a success story that, you know, we have a widow that is coming on board with us to kind of drive it. So definitely we can find opportunities to do stuff.
Okay, we have this is an opportunity that people can tap into.
Yeah.
Do you have restriction in locations?
No, we don't. Actually, we're talking to people. We're talking about River State right now. We're talking about Uyo. We're talking about Ibadan. We're doing a lot of expansion plans all over the country. So yeah, there's no restriction on location. We're opening up to people. Yes, we have a vetting process to bring people on board, so that we kind of get people that have the stay in the market. But at the same time, we're driving in. We're saying that the opportunity is real, that you can come and make money with us, and we can make money with you, and all of us can be happy at the end of the day.
Okay, right now we have somebody online. She's Seun Akinlotan, and she's a brand expert. She helps people in growing their businesses. Seun, how you doing? Hi. Thank you so much. We've been talking about how to grow businesses and how to tap into business opportunities in Nigeria. With your experience with people around us, what do you think people are lacking, or what are they not looking at?
All right. So for me, I believe that we can be successful anywhere we are in the world. Okay. And what I see every day is the fact that a lot of people spend time on social media, but they are not looking at the opportunities that they are surrounded by. Okay. They are wasting time on social media 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, without thinking about what can I actually do. And I believe that everything we need to succeed in life has been given to us at birth. And like the donation just said, he went to the bus stop, he was observing, he was looking at his environment, and that's what a lot of people fail to do. They fail to look at their immediate environment. They fail to look at what God has given them in their hands, what they can do with what they already have. We are always looking for that next big thing, But what about the small things that God has given you that you can invest in and you can grow gradually?
Oh, fantastic. A lot of people, you talked about people not looking around them. They're not trying to observe. For people who, for that person, I still want to maintain, talk about people who are going through a lot in their homes. Can you be specific a bit? What can they start off with?
Okay. So I believe
whatever you have in your hands is already enough. Thank you so. Is there anything you want to say to Dundun Nation?
Well, I just want to say you're doing a fantastic job. I am yet to check your social media channels, but I think you're doing a fantastic job. And I just love what you said about going out to the bus stop and observing. That is where a lot of people are lazy. People will just rather like pictures, spend time on social media, but why don't you observe? Look at your surroundings, look at your immediate environment, and make the best use of the opportunity that you have.
Thank you so much, Seun. Thank you for joining us. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. That was Seun Akinlotan, a brand expert who helps people in growing their businesses. She talked about social media, and I know you mentioned it too. How did it work for you?
Social media has been big in all my businesses. The mega shoe sale business ran purely on social media. We couldn't afford. We're selling shoes for 5,000 naira, so we couldn't afford to pay for. We couldn't put up billboards or something. We leveraged social media. We had sales that drove 300, 400 people at once when we opened in the morning. And even now, Instagram is big for us. About 60% of our orders come off of Instagram, and about 20% comes from Facebook, and then repeat customers come from the phone call. So social media drives a lot of our work. We are very, very intentional about what we do on social media. We're extremely intentional. We're not all about followers. We're more about driving real business and making real money from social media. And anybody that wants to start a business, like Seun said, I think it's critical that you are able to understand that social media is becoming a powerful tool in your hands right now, that it's on your phone right now, you have it in your pocket right now, that you can use to harness and attract customers by putting whatever your passion is.
It's not just about liking and clicking
Absolutely.
and commenting. Oh, well, a lot of people have been trying to reach us. That number on your screen is for you to send messages. We'll still work out how to take your calls any which way, but right now, we still need you to send your messages to that number and not just calling. Okay, we're still taking a look at the social media because on this program, Off Script is a blend between the traditional and social media, and we still want to keep it that way, and because all of this is about you. Okay, what kind of social media apps can people tap into?
So I want to be a little careful about social media. I think a lot of people focus too much on social media and neglect the physical. I believe in the integration of the digital and the physical together. And I think that you must have, I call it the gorilla approach, right? And I was talking to my team about it today, that I take the gorilla approach in marketing. For me is I use every channel available to me. When we started discussing, I talked about selling to family. It starts with talking to people. I make sure that I talk about what I do to people when I meet them. At every interaction I have with people, I talk about what Dundun Nation stands for, what we do, how we do what we do. On social media, we do the same thing too. So social media, for instance, Instagram is powerful. I think Instagram is one of the most powerful tools out there right now. Actually, I think it's getting way more powerful than Facebook. Facebook is becoming too conversational, and it does not convert. The conversion rate for us on Facebook now is about 10%. When on Instagram, we have a conversion rate of about 60%. So the conversion rate on Instagram is higher for us. When we run ads on Instagram, we get better returns from them than Facebook. Now we get a lot of likes on Facebook, but it doesn't translate to sales.
So how do you ensure that the sales come in? Because that's so important to a lot of people. It's not just about doing the business. It has to come with return.
Yes, absolutely. I have a lot of sayings about what you do, and the first thing is to thy customer be true. To thy customer be true. If your customers are on social media, I'll give you an example. If you want to make more money and you want to be selling more in front of your house, you don't need to go on social media. You need to talk to people around you. You need to talk to your neighbors. You need to talk to people opposite your house and sell more money to them. If you want to sell hair, you want to sell human hair, right? And you want your market, you need a bigger market. You need to be on social media. You need to talk to them. And that's how you get return from where you spend your time. And I think you have to understand the demographics you want to also target. You have to kind of write it out that who can buy my product? Who are my potential customers? How can I reach them? We didn't go on social media for the first 1.5 years of this business. We're trying to build capacity in our physical stores, in our locations, to make sure that we can support social media. And after that, we went online. That's why when you look at our Instagram, we have about less than 1,000, we have less than 2,000 followers on Instagram. For us, that is key, because those are 2,000 real customers that have probably tasted our products before, are interested in our product, and now we have the capability to serve them. Before we did not. It was hard for us to deliver. It was hard for us to make sure our quality control was in check. Now we have fixed all those things. So I believe in the evolution of a business. I believe that a business must evolve. But I think that in today's world, no matter what you sell, if you make soap, you can sell it on social media and you can make money, right? And you can get behind it.
All right, yeah, you can still reach us on our social media handles. It's Offscript LTV. You can also send in your WhatsApp messages to 0705 496 0705 496 4619. Okay, starting up, you know, how can you, not just about the social media now, you talked about going with families and friends around you. Is that the only thing you did?
Starting up for us, so the Do Nation idea started in 2009. I did not have the money to fund it. I had to wait. I had to be patient with myself. I had to start putting together my little coins and kobo. And I was putting my kobo in a bank and making sure that when it got to a place that it was robust enough for us to start. You know, it would be unfair for me not to acknowledge that access to small business loans is tough in Nigeria. It'll not be accurate for me also to not recognize the fact that the interest rates are too high. In 19%, we joke around it and say, what are you about to sell, and be able to give 19% return, you know, in the same year, you know, of starting a new business. When you start a new business, you lose money for the first couple of months. So what I did was I was able to pull funds from myself. I still go to work, you know, so that I can fund the business, and that's how I pulled funds together to be able to start the business. But I took a plunge. I said, you know what, I believe in what I'm about to do. I can commit myself to it, and I did that, and I invested in it. I invested myself, and I worked my own business. I cut yam, I fry yam. Even though I'm college educated, I have an MBA, it doesn't matter. For me,
it's also important for people who work with you, so they know that you have your hands on plow. Okay, we have statistics right now for businesses, especially in Nigeria. We have 30% of new businesses fail within the first 2 years of existence. 50% of new businesses fail within the first 5 years. And 66% of new businesses fail within the first 10 years. Taking a look at all of these statistics, they look so much like challenges. So what are you doing, you know, not to be part of this kind of statistics? And what advice you have for other people? Because I know you're onto a lot of businesses that's ongoing.
So we have the power of stay. And I remember the director of the company asked me about when we started that, let's go online, let's go start making noise, let's start delivering orders. And I said, you know what, no, we're not ready yet. And I think that's what has kept us around. We've been around for 2 years. A lot of people are just hearing about us because we're selling to people in our local environment, getting a read for the business. I say you have to have a plan. You have to have a long range plan. Now, let me also say this. Not every business can make money. We need to say that. Not every idea can make money. You might have a wonderful idea and the economy might not be right for your idea. I don't want to give specific examples of things that I've seen and I knew that they were going to not be around for a while because those ideas were not robust. They were not robust enough for the current state of our economy. You cannot bring. We know we have a light problem. I call it the pre-existing conditions, right? You know, we don't have light, so electric cars will not do well here, right? Because there's no power to power electric cars. You know, maybe a few people can buy it, but there's no scalability in electric cars in the Nigerian market right now. Maybe in the future there will be. So I say that number one thing we do is we've been building capacity. We're opening up franchises now because we're trying to build more capacity. We know that we have the demand, we build capacity. We build from the ground up, and we are very patient with ourselves. We use the onion approach to make sure that we start like a small onion and continue to add layers to ourselves. We just registered a logistic complaint, we just registered a buying complaint, a supply chain complaint, because we know that we need those things, and as we are able to invest more, we continue to add more to it. We continue to add more to it.
In adding more, somebody sent in a message and is talking about how to work with you. Can they still get across to you on social media?
Absolutely. You can go on Instagram and send us a message on Instagram. You can just go on Instagram and send us a message. If you're not on Instagram and you want to call us directly, you can call our number. It's 070-324-77758. 070-324-77758. So you can reach us. You can call us. That's our customer service line. You can call us. You can look for me on Facebook. My name is Bayo Lion on Facebook. Bayo Adedeji. So you can always reach us.
Bayo should change into Bayo.
Yeah, Bayo should change because I said I'm the king of the jungle now. So I got to have a bigger name. And so you can find us. You can find us on Facebook, Dundun Nation. Just like the name on the pack says. You can find us on Facebook. You can find us on Twitter. You can find us on Instagram. Send us a message. We'll call you. We'll reach out to you. If you need to talk to me, you can reach me on any of the platforms too. Bayo Lion on Instagram and Bayo Lion Adedeji on Facebook. And you could Google us. You can see the things we've done. You can see that we are here to do real business. We're here for legitimate Nigerian companies, indigenous. Our yam is indigenous. It comes from Benue. Our chicken, comes from a poultry locally within Lagos State.
There's a story behind the Benue, but I won't allow you to. I won't allow you to say that. A lot of people have been sending messages, talk about business plan and all of that. We've already treated most of the questions that was sent in, but you can still bring them on. Go on to our social media handles. It's Offscript LTV at Offscript LTV. That's Twitter. Same with Instagram. Same with Facebook. And of course, you can send in your messages to the WhatsApp number on your screen. And that's the much we can take on the program today. Thank you so much for being a part of our program.
Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you. Offscript returns next week with a fresh package. Thank you for watching. I am Adetola Kayode. Enjoy your week ahead.